Facilitators. My name's Marcy Melzer. I'm an intuitive speech language pathologist from wavesofcommunication.com. And on this channel, it's all about your intuitive role as the parent or caregiver. If that's your situation, maybe it's not your birth child, but a child who you care deeply for, your grandchild, your foster child, your adopted child. It's just a neighbor child. It could be anybody in your life, a child. And it doesn't matter how old this child is. I'm hearing also there are children who are involved in this message sharing who are as old as in their teens. So just so you know what this is, for the entire duration that I've been creating videos on Waves of Communication, the information that I channel comes from the late talkers, the children that you hear, because I have intuitively connected with their energy in the ether, I don't know how, but they're coming in to my experience and sharing messages with me. And it happens different times when the veil is thin, and on 12/12 we have that situation going on right now. Sorry, so if my nose itches, all these things start happening to me when the kids start coming through. But what I want to do is I want to get into, I've got 4 different channeled messages, and then I've got my language facilitation inspiration cards in a brand new bag that I found um, as I was digging through holiday things that was sort of meant for this purpose. So this is the first time I'm using this bag to choose my language facilitation inspiration cards. And I also have my tarot deck here. It's the Tarot of the New Vision that I'm going to be using to expand this. So hopefully these messages will help you as you start to figure out next steps with your late talker and maybe what's going on with the behavior that you're seeing right now, because we also have the big Gemini full moon coming. And like I said, right now I've just got these messages coming through it, and the kids want me to share with you what their advice is, I guess. All right, so the first message is this: I am using my behavior to push change something you do every day. And so what I'm hearing is that it's frustrating. It's frustrating because this thing that you're doing every day is keeping you stuck and keeping your late talker stuck. I'm hearing it's not enough information. They need more from you in this situation. And so I'm guided now to reach into the language facilitation card, inspiration card deck. This is a deck that I made myself. And so it says right here, breathe with me. So that's the situation. I'm using my behavior to push you to change something you do every day. And the advice from the child is to breathe with me. This is a third eye chakra color. And it says breathe to reset. Late talkers who are often anxious or feeling caught off guard by external input can learn to regain their focus using breathing. So this is, again, something's going on that's frustrating this child into behavior that is frustrating you, that then in turn it causes you to react and frustrate them, and then they frustrate you, and then you frustrate them. And that's why it's something that you do every day. It's how you get ready, it's how you commute. I'm hearing all different kinds of ideas, potentially how you talk to other people, how you handle the grocery store. One is telling me. I'm hearing some different messages about scenarios. So that means that it's different for all of you. Each one of these children is frustrated about some way that you do every day. So like I said, if you shop every day, if you go every day, if you talk every day, if you get the kid dressed every day, if you feed them every day, and this everyday experience is causing a struggle, it's causing you to fight, it's causing you to be anxious before you start that thing, because your late talker every single time is responding with this behavior. Okay, and they're showing you, they're using it. So that's what's happening. I'm using my behavior to push you to change something. And so breathing sort of helps you reset a situation. Okay, it's sort of a stop, drop, and breathe situation where the thing that is frustrating you every day, that one activity that it's popping out in your head. I know it is, because the late talkers told me that as soon as I start mentioning this, you're going to go, oh, it's that. And so you know what this is. And so what you should do before you start that thing is you take 3 deep breaths. And then if you see the frustration building, triggering me, triggering you triggering them, me triggering you triggering them, and they keep doing the thing, screaming, putting their hands up, running away, like it's a big thing that everybody's like, whoa, why is this child doing this? That's the behavior and that's the situation. And it's happening over and over and over and over again, right? So breathing is going to help you. That's the message about that situation. Okay, so now we're shifting into the next message, which some tell me could be related to the first experience, but in other cases it's not. This is something more expanded in your external world. I only grow or repeat behaviors that I need you to help me change. So remember, somebody out there, one of these late talkers, many of these late talkers are feeling very shut down right now. People are yelling at them, telling them those no, don't, and stop. When they hear those 3 words, that triggers that frustration cycle again. That's what we talked about the first one. So again, if your child is using a behavior that's really triggering you and you're yelling at them, that's the one that's related to the first one. But this is also related to those kids that are trying to get you to reconnect with them. So they will fiercely like fight for the iPad that they never had for a while, or start to escape, or start to do certain things that they need you to catch on. They need you to listen. They're repeating these behaviors and growing these behaviors because they need you to help them, change that behavior. So instead of shutting it down, you have to dig in and help them learn. Let's pull out a card here. We'll get the tarot out at the end, just sort of with the overall message. We don't need it right now. So this says, let's try it my way this time. And you see the little boss here, right? That boss sign. This child is, I grow and repeat to help me change, right? So again, they want you, this card is all, it's yellow. So that's your solar plexus. This is this child's power, right? They're using this power to try to alert you. It's all communication, right? And what are they trying to communicate to you? That I need to change this. I don't know how to handle, manage, deal with whatever's being expected of me right now. I don't know how to respond to that lady. I don't know how to deal with those kids. I don't know how to handle the group energy. I don't know how to do this. And I'm showing you by my screaming, running, hitting, and it could be in this case some quite big and aggressive behaviors. I'm thinking about a couple people out there that I know in real life, but also there are many, many, many late talkers who are still experiencing this. So it's not just you. If you are feeling like, whoa, I'm shutting my kid down, you're not realizing it. That's why they have to come through intuitively through me to remind you that I can't let it shut down. I'm only going to make it bigger. Every time you say no, don't, or stop, it makes me internally want to do it more or make it bigger. And that's what you need to realize. When are you saying no, don't, or stop? Because that child is growing these behaviors. And you might, if it's not an aggressive behavior towards you, aggressive behavior toward themselves, hitting themselves, hurting themselves, isolating themselves, staying away from learning from other people, right? Because the advice here is to be flexible and adapt. This child needs to change, right? That's what he's saying. I only repeat things I need you to change, and I can only know what's better than this behavior if you tell me. So it says late talkers are more likely to accept requested jobs and follow rules when you also offer opportunities to join in them and exploring things their way in their interest. So they are showing you with their behavior, I like it this way. I want to do it this way. I'll do it for you if you give a little and let it happen my way this time, instead of forcing your way and saying, no, you can't communicate in the way that it feels good to you. You have to communicate this other way. And if you shut it down and you don't communicate the same message. What you're asking them to change into is just shutting them down and not giving them something to grow into. So that's what that's about. Observe the late talkers play. State that you want to join and imitate them instead of making them imitate you or do what you want to do in your way. Remember, this is let's try it my way this time, because they have ideas. They're showing you, I need more toothpaste or less toothpaste, a cold water, hot water. I need a bigger size, a smaller size. I want the blue one, not the yellow one. They're showing you and growing the behaviors that let you know what they need, and they want to do it their way. So they need you to watch them, and that's why they're growing and repeating those behaviors. Okay, the third message that I have for you is music helps me organize my ideas. Use it to help me understand what you want me to do. So remember, we're moving through, obviously, these kids are like, I'm frustrated about this situation, but maybe if you sing about it, maybe if you make it a little more fun, that's what the music says. Let's see what the advice is from the language facilitation inspiration cards about this music idea. And the card we get is, it's a good time for tea. Snack time, tea time. So instead of just sort of talking through those things and what you expect of the child, ask how much tea do you want? Which cookie do you want? All those questions that you might be asking. Sing a song about, I'm a little teapot, I pour tea, my tea's hot, your tea's cold, la la la. Singing songs, making up songs about however you have a snack or however you do your thing, and talk about and sing songs around this situation, because this is what the child's asking for. And it says here, take a coffee break. So this is to find daily opportunities every single day to just connect for the sake of connecting. Let's have a cup of coffee. Let's have a snack together. Let's talk about our life. Let's just, whatever, experience those things. And if you put on instrumental music in the background, your conversation could be easier picked up. That's one of the advices I heard. And then it says here, find daily opportunities to take a break from work jobs to just listen to some music and have a break. It doesn't have to be a snack time, although this is a quiet experience. It could also be a dance party that you're putting together, depending on your child and what your child wants. And then if you do the coffee break thing, see, what's nice about this is that it requires you as the facilitator to offer a better experience. I just did this social experience video on my other channel that this kind of ties in with. So they want you to set aside special treats, special time, special songs, special situations. Used to be a special video, but we don't need that because they need the time with you. Like this little girl likes just hanging out with her dad to have a cup of coffee, and maybe he works from home and he took his coffee break time to spend with his late talker instead of by himself in the kitchen scrolling on his phone, right? So if you set aside special biscuits or treats to enjoy your time together, I look forward to my coffee break, and tell your child about it earlier. So we're going to do that, when it comes time, and music is involved because you can play music and listen to music in the back. So that's what your child is looking for from that. And then the fourth little tip that I have is an interesting one. It says, come in from the cold and deep dive into cuddles. So what this message is telling me is just that your child is ready for you to be more intuitive with them, dig into their messages, just like these other advices they give you through the inspiration cards, right? That you're going to be the one that they want to understand them more than anything. And in these cuddles, when you whisper what you know and they whisper to you, like sometimes some of this speech will come out in times when you're just deep diving into, I know this about you, and I love this about you, and I talk this about you, and you say it out loud in words while you're cuddling. That just lets them know that all the work they've been doing is paying off. Like they've been showing you what they want, and they just need a break, from working to understand, be reassured that you are helping them, that you're not forcing the issue. You're not pushing them to go any faster than they need to go. You're helping them out of the cold, out of the work, into the cuddles and the intuitive energy. So it doesn't matter where you are. The cold is detached, make me do things, judge me, shut me down, all of that stuff, into deep dive cuddles, where when you cuddle and connect with this child, you know, all right, here's the card that wants to come out, and it says celebrate every effort. I am trying, right? So that's what, again, it's so funny how the messages come out the same, and they come from the kids. So that's what I'm telling you, because they obviously were guiding me to share this with you. So this child is trying, and they want you to remind them that you know they're working hard, you know they're listening, and they struggle when they're not regulated, when they're feeling frustrated, when they're being shut down, when they're being put down, all of that stuff, right? So you want to celebrate every single effort that they give you. And it's a green card because it's your heart chakra. So this child is all about, that's what they want you to do. They want you to put all the work, all the effort, all the goals, all the future, all that other stuff aside. Come out of the cold, hard work and get into what I just learned today on a thing called the heart work. We're getting out of hard work into heart work when you dive deep into cuddles. And where maybe in the northern hemisphere, the outside world could be really cold right now, and that analogy sort of came. That was the visual that they gave me, is snuggling with your blankies and all of that stuff. But even if you live where it's super hot right now, the cold is the work, the effort, the pushing, the shutting down, the me making you do things, because, we all do. Even though, you have decided to be a facilitator and you want to use your intuition and all that, you get triggered into pressurizing your kid. You get pressure from other people to say, you've got to do this. If you don't, he won't. If you don't, they won't. All that business. And even though you don't feel good about that pressure, that shutting down, that whatever you're doing, prompting, then the situation is that your child is showing you that stuff isn't what they need. They need this. They need cuddles. Because when you do connect with them and you get in that language facilitation zone, it's amazing. And you're talking in that zone about everything that their ability is showing, what they love to do, what they're great at. That's what you dive deep into. And so it says they may feel that they're not good enough, right? Late talkers may feel that they're not good enough when their behaviors and first tries at speech are more often judged or shut down than and corrected, than heard and responded to. And this is what your late talker wants to do. They want to hear you saying out loud that you get that they're trying hard, that they're working hard, that they want to do these things. Okay. And then you have to notice and appreciate every try at communication, every try at connection, every try at moving out of their comfort zone, every effort they use to put down that behavior, every time they negotiate something instead of melt down and make you, do it for them, all of that stuff. When you hear jargon or babble, tell the late talker how you love to hear them practicing their speech and you love what they're doing. And that's what this is. Okay. So those are the messages that I have today. I didn't see anybody watching live. So, I just did another video on the other channel, and that one has more practical strategies. So the intuitive folks are going to find this, and all good for you. I just want to pull one more out of my language facilitation inspiration deck, just motivated to do that. For anybody watching this, a really personal message, potentially for you. There won't be very many people watching, so a general message. It's not going to get to thousands. It's just going to get to those real intuitive parents that are watching. And here it is. It says, slow down. Slow down. This is the time for you to, like I said, we've got winter in the northern hemisphere where things are slowing down. It's getting cold. We're in the holidays. People aren't working hard, unless you're really, one of those that powers through the holidays. The holidays are for relaxing and enjoying and connecting with each other. So that's the advice, the 12-12 advice for all of you, is to slow down. This is a blue card, and that activates your throat chakra so that you, as an intuitive facilitator, an energy worker yourself, right? You're infusing this beautiful energy into every experience that you have with your late talker. It says late talkers need to hear slow, clear language models. They do. And that's how they can easily process what you're saying and also pick up new language to learn for themselves. Okay. and do it accurately. It's how they learn how to say words correctly, how they learn to put sentences together. So, whatever you're speaking should be accurate, connected speech at a level above where your child is right now, and spoken very slowly so they don't miss anything. And your child will let you know if you're talking too fast or too much because they'll look at you with a confused face. But most parents don't talk enough. So, just talk all you want. Whenever you're inspired to say something with your intuition, your late talker will benefit. So that's what you're going to do is turn on your speech, but slow it down. Choose a 2 to 3 minute interaction and practice this by slowing your speech 3 times as slow as you would have done it otherwise. That's how you train yourself into slowing your energy, slowing your focus into directly into that child so that when you connect with them, everything you say is just getting in there and activating their neuroplasticity and their brain because they're in this human body with a lot of ideas and wisdom to share with the world, and it's locked in them due to their root cause of late talking. And they need you as the facilitator, the energetic facilitator, to help them bring out these messages so they can share their wisdom with the world. These kids are our future, and it's up to you, their parents and caregivers, who facilitate their evolution of communication from the cries and whines and behaviors and meltdowns and hitting and all that other stuff, screaming, into real functional speech that everybody can understand. This 1212 portal is a big opportunity for parents to really dig into their intuitive gifts and knowledge and understanding of your late talker, the one in your life, the one you brought into this world, the one you are facilitating through this human life for them. And they need you to step up and do your job, take on your role as a response able facilitator for helping them shift this behavior that they're using into the functional language that they need to share that wisdom with the world. So, thanks for watching me, everybody, today. I hope this information was helpful. I know I haven't been real consistent on this channel, but those of you who find this message, it was meant to see you. So, thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe to this channel. And, if you want to know more over at Waves of Communication, that other channel, there's thousands videos or more of information for you to learn how to become your child's primary, best functional language facilitator, because parents and caregivers are the best. And that's why I make these messages for you. I'm inspired by your late talker to activate your intuitive connection with them and help them share their wisdom with the world. So thank you so much for joining me today on this 1212 portal. All the best energy to you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.